Rusty Quill presents.
Push the Roll with Ross Bryant is intended for mature listeners only. Check the show notes for content warnings and please listen with care. Want to get involved? Back us on Patreon and submit your ideas for our improvised games. Your suggestion just might inspire our next Call of Cthulhu adventure. Join today at patreon.com/pushtheroll.
Most people overpay for car insurance, not because they're careless, but because switching feels like too much hassle. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/ACAST today.
Make your spirits bright and your wallets happy at the Navy Exchange, where we believe in savings. This holiday season, enjoy everyday low prices, military exclusive deals, and of course, no sales tax ever. Want extra holiday magic? Join our next level rewards program for monthly rewards, scratch card savings, a birthday gift, and other great perks. Not a member? Join in store or at mynavyexchange.com, where we believe in savings and we believe in you. Open to authorized military and civilian patrons only.
Bout Radness, the companion show to Push the Roll with Ross Bryant. Yeah, what's up? Roll out, keep rolling, rolling on a river. What's up, everybody? We're pushing rolls and we're in control. It's Bout Radness, folks. It's the show where we come and look at all the titles we didn't use and brainstorm ways that we might have used them. We're looking up all the amazing titles that you have submitted, all you lovely Patreon subscribers who support this show with your creativity. So I've got a few pals in the building today talking. I've got Cup.
I am the one named Cuppy Cup. We're Sailor Moon themed, if you don't remember.
That's right.
For side effects may include.
Oh.
Fighting you by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. He is the one named Cuppy Cup.
Wow.
That's true.
And over here, the tuxedo mask to Cuppy Cup Sailor Moon, we've got Mary Lou.
And I'm here to say my name is Mary Lou in a Sailor Moon way.
Excellent.
Way to bridge the two introductions.
Thank you.
Yeah, coming in hot with the hot bars and cadence of the famed Barney Rubble rap from the Fruity Pebbles commercial.
That's me.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm into classic hip hop. Cool Mo D, Special Ed, KRS-One, and Barney Rubble.
And Barney Rubble, yeah.
And maybe the biggest hip hop head of them all, live and direct, in the place to be, a master of all the elements of hip hop, graffiti, breakdancing, MCing, DJing. It's Scott Dorward.
I feel like anything I attempt at this stage would be a hate crime, so...
No, it's a love crime.
It's a love letter.
And we're currently in D.C., Houston, L.A., and Milton Keynes, the home of hip-hop.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Yes, all the homes of hip-hop are represented here. We all played together on a Push the Roll episode that went by the name of Side Effects May Include, which we sort of brainstormed out, took place at a sort of highly experimental sleep study where all the players were participants in the sleep study or doctors kind of helping to facilitate. And, you know, we opened the door to nightmares and they walked abroad in the world of waking.
We also might release this one to the public if there's anything we should do to welcome people or encourage them to join the Patreon at patreon.com/push.
Hello, public.
Mary Lou, I was doing the URL.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, do it again.
That's that awesome marketing acumen that we've all come to know and love.
Whenever my voice gets extra artificial, you know I'm doing like a URL or some kind of ridiculous marketing.
Oh, okay. No. Do it again.
well, damn it. Patreon.
No, I can help. Patreon.com
/
push the roll.
Yes.
There, we did it together.
Push the Roll is a show where we improvise Call of Cthulhu scenarios on the spot, inspired by titles submitted by our Patreon subscribers. And you too can submit your own titles by going to patreon.com/pushtheroll. And also, it gives you access to amazing content, such as this show, Bout of Radness, which is our sort of talk back behind the role players studio show where we go into deep thoughts about our process and also get to shine a light on to some of the amazing titles that our Patreon subscribers have suggested that we simply have not had time to highlight. Because, of course, we select our titles at random based on the roll of a 100-sided die. And that means that there's some titles that we just haven't had the chance to check out, and we'd love to get them their moment in the sun. So if you're listening to this right now and you are not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to Push the Roll so that you can submit your own titles and all of our imaginations can work as one in the Imaginarium, bringing these horrors to life.
Patreon.com/push the roll.
Wow. And if you haven't noticed, this show is meticulously planned and scripted.
That's right. Our main show, Push the Roll, is a loose and improvisational game, and our after hours show, Bout of Radness, here is somehow even looser. Yeah.
Downright runny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, this is a little hangout where we get to chop it up with the Push the Roll gang. Our most recent episode was, of course, Side Effects May Include. These folks all participated, as did our pal, the amazing actor and improviser Colton Dunn. And I really enjoyed this one because I love nightmare and dream as a feature in weird tales. I like the sort of horror that's evoked in not knowing what's a dream and what is waking life. And that's why my favorite movie of all time is Black Phone 2.
Wow, is it better than the first one?
No, you're talking to someone who's only seen the best entrant in the Black Phone series, the second one. I've never seen Black Phone 1.
Incredible.
But yeah, it is a cool premise. But I think that the sequel does have some problems in attempting to stretch that premise into a sequelization that and the center cannot really hold. I will say that one thing I kind of enjoyed about it was whenever they go into the dreams, it all sort of takes on this kind of skidamarinky effect where everything's real crackly and analog seeming, which is an interesting way of depicting that, but I don't know that it necessarily paid off over the course of the entire runtime.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hill, come be a guest on Push the Roll with Ross Bryant.
Say,
Joe Hill, patreon.com/push the roll. Okay, Joe? Okay, see you soon.
Yeah, you've got the money.
Come on, Joe.
Jeez.
But we don't come on this show just to dunk on horror media properties.
Not just.
That's the good friends of Jackson Alliance.
Yes.
I joke, of course. We love you, Joe Hill. Come on the show. We'd love to have you. Okay, my wife is FaceTiming me right now. I have more windows popping up on my computer. Let her know I'm in the middle of recording a podcast.
Bring her on. Does she have some media that's inspired her?
Yeah, we love your wife.
She's a horror hound, right?
I went to Black Phone 2 at her insistence. There's barely a horror movie that comes to the theaters that she does not see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't see horror movies in the theater because I scream and yell and bother the other patrons. Patron sounds like patreon.com/push the roll.
Wow, you should be on all these, Mary Lou.
Should I? Oh, wow. Yeah, that one just came out.
Yes, in these days when all movie studios are merging into one gigantic monopolistic megalith, it's important that we all must rely on the patronage system. So thank you, supporters. And if you enjoy loose and freewheeling horror commentary like this, then you too can become a subscriber to Bout of Radness and support your friends at Push the Roll.
But wait, there's more. We have a new series releasing with Mary Lou that Scott is running.
Goodness.
And it's called Monster Hearts.
Yes.
We're playing Monster Hearts 2, right, Scott?
Yes, it is Monster Hearts 2, which isn't radically different from the original Monster Hearts. And the only real difference between this and your average Monster Hearts campaign is we've aged the characters up slightly. So it's a bunch of weirdos in Nevada in their early 20s doing bad things.
It's so good.
It's one of my favorite things that we've ever done, along with Push the Roll with Ross Bryant.
No, that's amazing, and the fact that it has a ensemble cast of 20-something heartthrobs means that perhaps this will be the thing that finally gets my wife into actual play.
Oh, wow, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think she would like Monster Hearts, actually, yeah.
I think she would really like Monster Hearts. Yeah.
Probably would, but this show doesn't exist just to cross-promote our other projects and talk about the Black Phone 2. We like to talk about you.
That's news to me.
The wonderful titles that you submit. So side effects may include came from Clancy Noct. Clancy, we love you. An amazing supporter over many years.
Amazing person.
Yes.
Hi, Clancy.
And a great title, just so evocative of the world of pharmaceuticals, and that created such a cool gateway into an interesting story. And then, of course, we had our secondary Push the Roll title that we got later in the little mini series, High Fences Make Good Neighbors, from Paul Fitz.
Yes.
All fits. Way later, I should mention. Yeah, for the last 15 minutes, I think.
Okay, little judgy, don't care for that.
We were on a roll.
Well, it's my job too, right? It's my job to remind you.
Yeah. I was too caught up in the propulsive story that we were telling.
The Discord gives me a hard time because I always say, like, the episode coming out tomorrow is my favorite episode of this show that we've done so far. But, like, I really loved this, like, even more than I remembered from the recording. It absolutely is one of my top Push the Rolls with Ross Bryant.
The art goes that whatever episode we've just recorded was the one that you liked the least. Then you listen back to it and you think, oh, it's okay. And by the time you've edited it, it's your favorite. Just every time.
Yeah.
The lesson here is that it's all in the editing, folks.
That's right. So if you like what we do, you have up to thank.
This one was my first episode that I recorded, and it was so fun. And I thought it, like, really well treaded the line of comedy and horror because I was laughing the whole time, but I was also, like, legitimately scared. It wasn't just a joke 'em up. Yeah, I love doing this one. I think I instantly knew what our job was here, and it was so fun.
That means a lot, Nearly, because that's exactly what we're trying to do. And I loved your character with the sort of reporter. It was such a great gear for you. And yeah, we got to do some cool atmospheric and horrendous things. Love that.
Yeah.
Back to you. Sorry, I remember a lot of Mary Lou's quotes from the series.
Oh, yes.
Back to you. Yeah. A lot of roving reporter speak.
That whole scene at the supermarket was one of my favorite things that's happened on Push the Roll so far.
So good. I loved it.
Yeah.
That was so fun to edit, the heart of the show.
Yeah, the editing really, it's podcasting really an editor's medium.
The heart of the show.
And if only you could get rid of those pesky performers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sadly, lots of people are trying to do that.
Yeah, there's a company at the moment that is doing 3,000 AI-produced podcasts a week and flooding the market with them.
Oh, my God. Do you know what I think is so funny? Is that I just saw a clip of Joe Rogan being like, I love AI music. I listen to AI music all the time. It's so good. And then his guest being like, you know what they also make? They also make great AI podcasts. And he goes, I don't know about that. I don't think.
Of course.
No, I don't think that they can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming for you, buddy.
They're coming for you, Joe. That means that we need people to stand with us against this onslaught.
How could they do that, Mary Lou?
By going to patreon.com/pushtheroll.
That's right. Go to patreon.com/pushtheroll and take a stand for humanity.
That's right. Against the robots.
Against those dang buckets of bolts. Okay.
The Clankers.
This Terminator sequel is the weirdest yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're joining us on the public feed, on some episodes of Bout of Radness, we do discuss the unused titles.
Yeah, that's usually what we do, but
That's right.
a great way to transition into the meat of this show, which is to discuss some of these titles that we just didn't have the chance to use. And there are a lot of good ones here that were on the list that just didn't get rolled for. I have to highlight just my eye was drawn to it, and it's just such an evocative phrase. I have no idea what I might do with it, but Gabe submitted The Puppet Spire.
Yes. Yeah.
The Puppet Spire.
That's a very Thomas Ligotti title.
Yeah.
100%.
The Puppet Spire.
Like this church spire where this belfry where instead of bells hanging, they've got puppets hanging on ropes that just knock together and scream every time they do.
That's amazing.
Horrible.
I love that. I like puppets and dolls and marionettes. That's my flavor of horror for sure.
Read some Ligotti.
Yeah, very much. Lots of dolls and mannequins and puppets. Were you a fan of the what was that 80s Moonlight Entertainment horror series with like Toulon?
Puppet Master?
Puppet Master, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Blade and yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Charles Band. Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, that was at least the first two I watched at a way too young age, but yeah.
Or Dario Argento's Profundo Rosso has that scene with like the little like ventriloquist dummy.
I love that stuff. See, when I saw this one, I'm thinking about like the spire itself is held up by marionette strings, and you notice them. They're just going up like into the sky infinitely.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, just the idea that you become aware of, like that various people that you're encountering. If you look at, if the light hits them just right, you can see strings just extending off into infinity above. Like, who are these people? What is going on?
Then you're questioning your own perception. Like, are the strings actually there? Yeah.
Right.
I played a fantastic scenario some time back written by my friend Sarah Duffy, where you're playing all these claymation characters in this sort of Aardman animation type thing, where this is just everyday life for you, but at some point you just start realizing what you are, and just the horror of learning that you're not real, that you're made of clay, and that the world outside you, in this case, has just forgotten about you. You've been left behind in this studio and are trying to continue this empty existence as the playful characters you once were. And it was nightmarish. It was beautiful.
God, that's such wild existential horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ross, going back to something you talked about in a previous bout of Radness, woodland creatures.
Oh, yeah.
They notice the church is held up by strings and start to realize that they're actually puppets in this clay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at that time, that is something that we haven't really played with in any of the Push the Roll episodes. It would be cool to do. There's just the slow realization of the players that what they thought they were is not what they are.
Not what they are. Ooh, that would be a very fun aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I am sort of taken by EMFD's submission for a title. It is National Lampoon's Innsmouth Vacation. What would you have done for that one, Ross?
I mean, first idea, best idea, maybe just lean into it and like have you be a family, have the players be a family on vacation and just start having things go wrong. Trying to throw Lampoon-esque hijinks at you. We just have to see which one of the players wants to be a Clark Griswold type.
Yes.
I'm probably Cousin Eddie, though, when we play that. I think there's no doubt I have to be Cousin Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Those Lampoon movies were not in the rotation in my childhood. Those do not form part of my sort of like comedic DNA, really.
Nor mine.
I'm a latecomer to those.
Yeah, I watched them as they came out.
I remember distinctly when I moved to Chicago, a friend of mine had that big, chunky Live from New York oral history book about Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, well, I'll just read this. And I read the whole thing cover to cover. If there is one takeaway that you walk away from after reading that book, across the generations of Saturday Night Live, the one thing that burns brightly is that Chevy Chase is one of the most enormous dickheads that has ever lived.
Yeah. Everybody can agree that Chevy Chase is a fucking asshole. Just everybody hates him.
Yeah, Chevy Chase is fucking chode. Nobody likes him.
That's so funny.
Chevy Chase, come play on Push the Roll with Ross Bryant.
Yes, come
Anytime.
on, Chevy.
Yeah, the door is open.
Chevy Chase, and Joe Hill, and Ross, and that's it. That's the whole table.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
But it would be fun for one of you to embody that sort of Chevy-esque charm where you're one half in the fiction and one half out, sort of smirking at the fiction and with a look on your face like, can you believe I'm doing this?
Can you believe it? A heel.
I do like the idea, I know I say this all the time, but Scott's sort of done something like this, but I like the idea of weaponizing tourism.
Oh.
The people who are living in Innsmouth know they can attract tourists to come in and then harvest them or use them for some nefarious purpose. I always like that as a premise to a scenario.
Oh yeah, family vacation gone wrong is such a rich vein.
Yeah, Lakeview kind of, Scott, right?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm always taken with the idea with Innsmouth that it's not as bad as people make out. That it's superficially disgusting and that it smells of fish and the people look weird and so on. But fundamentally, the people of Innsmouth don't have to be scary monsters, and I think that sort of clash of cultures, that misunderstanding, as people, perhaps do go for their vacation in Innsmouth and see all these hideous people and assume the worst, and you could almost do it as a kind of Tucker and Dale versus Evil type thing.
Oh yeah,
where the player characters as the visitors to town just end up being the horror to everyone else as they fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, the people of Innsmouth, they're just trying to live their lives. They're just out there, worshiping their fish gods, and
here comes everybody calling them ugly and inbred, and it's rude.
It's just rude. Yeah,
you're the fish out of water.
Exactly.
In Innsmouth. Yeah.
Right. But I that would be cool. Yeah, you just have a bunch of locals trying to live their lives, and our player characters in a Chevy Chaseian way are judging them and then trying to blow them away for the crime of existing.
Rude.
This doesn't necessarily relate directly to the title, but I just got the thought that it would be fun to be part of the publicity team that's trying to help Innsmouth, attract people as tourists to the town.
Trying to revamp the Innsmouth Tourism Board.
You're trying to interpret all these characteristics of the town as quirky, fun things.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this, but I have kind of written that scenario as well.
Really?
You son of a bitch. This is every bout of Radness.
It's a scenario called Time and Tide, which is about the resurrection of Innsmouth in the present day as this sort of really sort of pleasant small town, just with a history that no one talks about.
Nice.
The lesson here, Scott, is that you have to run everything for us, or I'm going to do this over and over.
But yeah, we have, in addition to National Lampoon's Innsmouth Vacation from EMFD, there's a bunch of other titles that we just didn't have the chance to do because the dice just didn't pick them this time. But there's so many fun ones here.
There are many good ones here. Some of them, I think, Ross, you've kind of skewed my brain in terms of you like the 70s paperbacks and the old analog VHS kind of media. I did think that Do Not Feed the Mirror by Samuel Prato could fit into that pretty well. Just are you physically feeding the mirror? Are you giving the mirror images and then it's perfecting you, or what's happening? Scott has a scenario, Unland, which uses mirrors in a really brilliant way. So my mind was kind of going to this, what are you feeding into the mirror? Is the mirror holding on to that imagery?
Both of those are such cool ideas of giving the mirror offerings that make you more beautiful and comely.
Oh, and kind of our very first arc, the obverse of the mirror, right, had a little bit of that perfectionism in the mirror.
Yeah.
Totally. You get sapped of your power, but become more attractive in a sort of picture Dorian Gray kind of way.
Scott, you were feeding the mirror confessions, right?
Pretty much, yeah. The parts of yourself that you just wanted to forget.
Yeah, such a cool concept.
I'm also thinking of Narcissus and getting stuck in the mirror, right? Getting locked into looking at it, not being able to break away because of your previous sins with the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm imagining almost like if going to a haunted house, or maybe or an old shunned house kind of place, or maybe even like a derelict mall.
Oh yeah,
where our party explores. And I remember as a kid how compelling it was to go to a clothing store at an old mall where they had the trifold mirror that you'd stand in front of and see yourself in 3 panels kind of going off in infinity.
Yeah.
If one of those mirrors has this sort of otherworldly power, and you can see other people from the mall's past walking around if you look into the panes long enough.
Ooh, now I feel like we need a physical sign that says "Do not feed the mirror," like above or below the mirror.
Right.
Yes.
The other place my mind is going is a kind of Studio 54 kind of setting, maybe in the 1970s, where feeding the mirror is just like cutting up lines of cocaine on mirrors.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting, too. Yeah. Do not feed the mirror. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like an overdriven disco adventure.
Well, we have one of those coming up, sort of.
Ooh, cool.
That's right. We've got one that is kind of set in a world rather like that.
Yeah.
I could see, some starlets and producers being like, time to feed the mirror, tapping their nose, like, let's head to the bathroom. Time to feed the mirror.
Nice.
Do not feed the mirror.
Yeah, sort of like Last Days of Disco kind of setup, or maybe there's something in the powders that they have gotten from a strange source are not making them intoxicated in the traditional way.
The finest Lengyan blue.
I see one title on this list that suddenly leapt out at me. This one maybe not so much a paperback cover, but like a 2000s or 2010s horror sequel. This comes from Steph Massey, and the title is 3 Spooky, 5 Me. I love the idea that we would come up with a sequel to 2 Spooky, 4 Me.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
That's a good one.
we get to have fun laying the pipe of what the first one was, and all our characters are the survivors from the previous movie.
I instantly am thinking of the Hex Girls. Do you guys know the Hex Girls? The Scooby-Doo rock band from it was the Scooby-Doo movie, right? One of the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, man.
Okay, hold on. I just Googled it.
I Googled it, too. This is awesome.
They were like vampires or witches, but they were a girl band, and they were so cool. And they had a cool song, and everybody loved the Hex Girls.
Oh, nice.
How do I not know this? I feel like it's been erased from my memory because I've seen like everything Scooby-Doo related.
I've seen, that's one of the things, I have seen every episode of Scooby-Doo. As a child, I watched so much Scooby-Doo. Why? I'm not sure, but that's one that I really latched on to.
Who are the best celebrity guests? Like, is it the Harlem Globetrotters or Sandy Duncan or
Phyllis Diller.
the Three Stooges? Yeah.
I mean, the Harlem Globetrotters, it's like
Me
a
too,
classic for a reason.
Some light Googling is showing me that the Hex Girls originated in the movie Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, which came out in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a little past my Scooby-Doo time. That explains it.
Yeah. Well, and now they're seen as queer culture and girl power icons.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. I love that. As a keeper, it's always nice when your players have a reason that they all know each other, and it would be pretty cool if everybody was in a Scooby-Doo-esque
Oh, yeah.
Josie and the Pussycats or Hex Girls type band.
Oh, yeah.
It would actually be fun to almost be in the role of the guest stars for for the main characters in a show like that.
Yeah, yeah. Assuming that this was in the 70s, yeah, you all just get to play like Bob Newhart and there you go.
So fun.
Wow, we got to solve a mystery, Billie Jean King.
Oh man, so good.
I want to be Alf.
No problem.
This is remarkable too because I think it's the only title Steph has submitted that didn't reference her cat Susan.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes.
As far as you know, who knows how spooky Susan is?
Yeah, true.
Maybe she's 3 Spooky 5 Me.
Oh, fair. This could be a reference.
There's something to the numbers of it too, the 3 spooky 5 me, that puts me in mind of the way that people talk on like instant messenger.
Yeah.
Or those kinds of things.
Leet
speak. Yeah. L33T.
Or 1337.
Yeah. Yes. Now we know who's really Leet. But yeah, maybe 2 spooky 4 me featured kids in message boards being bedeviled by some sort of cyber force. And now we've come back for round 2.
Oh my God, my parents' worst nightmare come true. They knew it. They knew it all along that the computer would get me.
Oh, man.
Well, the other thing is this kind of reminded me of like the way Scary Movie spoofs Scream.
Right.
Like 3 spooky 5 me could be a spoof of 2 scary 4 me or something like that.
Right.
So you're actually like part of this, comedy environment, but things go bad in a real way.
Yeah. Scott, is one of these setting you ablaze?
Tonally, the complete opposite would be a walk down Drury Lane. There's something about the way that's phrased that makes it feel very kind of maybe 1930s or so, very old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And Drury Lane, of course, the heart of London's theatre district.
Mm-hmm.
And where the Muffin Man lives.
Yes, of course.
Famously.
But
That's how I know Drury Lane. I'm being dead serious. I'm so sorry to be uncultured. But Drury Lane, I was like, oh, the Muffin Man.
I'm with you, Mary Lou.
Okay, great.
I have no idea what the Muffin Man is.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Apparently I don't. He and I are not acquainted.
He lives on Drury Lane, Scott.
Right. Okay. I'll say hi to him next time I'm there.
It's just like a song. Why do we know those songs?
I mean, it's like an old nursery rhyme. Yeah. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane?
That's it.
Wow.
Most of what I know about British culture comes from Shrek. So
Yeah.
that's
There is no finer source.
right.
Oh, man.
They do discuss the Muffin Man.
I do love that, Scott, of like, a more historic setting. Ooh, that'd be very cool. 30s London on the theater scene. That's a cool milieu to explore.
Yeah.
I think about Jack the Ripper then, if we're thinking about old-timey London streets.
Wrong part of London. To be pedantic, this is the West End and Jack the Ripper was very, very much East End.
Ah.
So we won't invite Scott to that game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Take a hike, nerd.
Maybe Jack, he decided to go to see the theater one evening.
It was his night off. Yeah.
I guess that's the risk of rolling for titles, right? We can't not invite Scott to a title we haven't drawn yet.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
But yeah, that's it. Yeah, Jack the Ripper, having a night off from all the murder, just enjoying a night at the theatre. Why not?
Amazing.
Until he's bedeviled by
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man cometh.
the Muffin Man.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, now we're clicking.
There we go. Now it's happening.
Patreon.com/push the roll. Oh.
I just want to highlight here some of the funny parallel thinking that sometimes occurs when I'm seeing all the titles together in one list. Samuel Preto and Siegfried and Coy have respectively submitted titles called Trouble in Aisle 7 and Cleanup on All Aisles.
How funny is that?
Yeah.
And this was the episode that we had a significant scene in a grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a grocery store aisle moment of horror. It's funny that all of that, what is it about aisles?
I don't want to be controversial here, but are we sure they're not teaming up when they submit these titles?
Maybe.
They're like, we're going to force this topic.
I find grocery stores to be horrifying.
Yeah.
And don't talk about our esteemed patrons like that, Cup. They would never collude.
I'm just saying, if we had a new batch of patrons with new titles, Ross.
Yes.
By visiting patreon.com/pushtheroll.
Are you saying there's power in numbers and that the more of them there are, the more that they could enforce their will upon us?
Oh, God.
I don't know how it works, but more is better. That's all I know. That's all I know for sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. What would you do if the listeners colluded and all suggested one title? What would you do? Would you let it happen?
Well, they're trying to do that with a character, Patterson the Duck, from our very first series. So,
oh, my goodness.
There are a lot of Patterson titles popping up, so it's an inevitability, I think.
Okay. I love the idea that we will have to do.
We're going to have a whole children's spin-off series.
Hey, the day we met in world story. Very funny.
I thought you might pick, Ross, from Adam Smith, the father of economics, An Occultist's Guide to Vintage Audio Repair.
Oh, wow.
It just feels in your wheelhouse.
That really does, Ross.
Haunted record players and like crusty old audio techs that have deep secrets on hidden tracks.
For sure. An occultist's guide to vintage audio repair. I love that. Like, I think as people listen to the episodes, you can see like things that I particularly gravitate to, and like supernatural music and audio is definitely one of them. I particularly love places that you go that are these remnants of shops that still cater to the bygone era of analog media. Rather near my apartment in LA, there's a store called Solutions that is just crammed with synthesizers and reel-to-reels and tape decks and instruments.
Oh, wow.
It's one of the only places I know near me where you could bring like an old like 4-track audio recorder that was made in the 80s and they can repair it for you. And a place like that is just like crammed to the gills with the audio ephemera of a bygone era and stumbling across something that you don't quite know what it is.
Perhaps you're working there and someone brings in this old 8-track player or VHS player or something like that, and there's a tape jammed inside, and you eventually get it working and it starts playing, and you just see something you really wish you hadn't.
I know, yeah. Just in terms of music, I was chatting with another friend of mine, riffing on the idea of a metal riff so evil that it opens a portal.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love the concept of that. This made me flash on the idea of an audio device having this sort of supernatural power. Made me flash on this 30s horror story by Clark Ashton Smith called The Devotee of Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Where a sort of an occultist has made a machine that kind of opens a portal to the conceptual realm of pure evil.
Nice.
And perhaps your audio technicians are called upon to repair a machine like this.
Well, even like if the machine is unknown to the technician, the actual manual to fix it is called An Occultist's Guide to Vintage Audio Repair. And then that just kind of starts the rabbit hole. But I was projecting, Ross, about you choosing this title. I would just want to do the sound design for this, the magical glue that makes podcasts happen.
Right.
That's right.
Of course.
Get your tape wobble and disc surface noise crackle ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
I just like the idea that you're flicking through this repair manual for old cassette players or something like that, and there is a whole section in there about how to close interdimensional portals.
Yeah. That's what's so funny to me. To me is the idea that somebody sat down and was like, listen, there are too many evil audio recorders. We need to write a book to help people exercise these evil audio recorders.
Yeah, that's delicious. I love that.
There is one title that is so open that it didn't catch my eye at first, but I found myself like thinking about it again and again. And it's the one by Mark Tucker, and it's just Leave a Note. And that really like opened up some ideas of like, we're not here right now, leave a message, or, oh, they must be out, we've got to leave a note.
Yeah. That is a really compelling title.
A lot of possibilities. We can't reach them.
Talking about music, so now I'm biased.
Leave a note, a musical note.
Oh, yeah. Or I'm thinking about like solving a mystery through like footnotes in somebody else's research. Speaking of An Occultist's Guide to Vintage Audio Repair, maybe you were reading somebody's notes or journals about their research, or footnotes, or just notes in the margin from a book that they're reading, and piecing together something nefarious or spooky.
That's so Call of Cthulhu.
I was going to say it's so Scott Dorward, which is the same thing. It's like marginalia kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. That's the kind of thing that I try to dangle in front of players that they're normally like, screw these books.
That's us.
Oh, I love reading footnotes. I'm obsessed with reading footnotes. I love when a book has that integrated into its comedy or into its...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you've just made me remember breaking Ross in that Regency game ages ago, where I tried to make a library use roll. I swear I tried. I fumbled it. So, yeah, we just did end up trashing the library, and I could see the light going out of Ross's eyes.
I guess you'll never learn what was happening then. My lore, my precious lore.
One of my favorite things in Side Effects May Include, aside from all the Sailor Moon shit, was we entered the room, right? Like the secret room, and all of us passed our spot hiddens and library uses.
Oh, yeah.
And Ross finally got to tell us like
Yes.
a shitload of monologue lore. It was a cool moment.
Yes, that's right. We were like, I hacked this computer. I watched this. And he was like, yes. It was awesome.
Yeah, and he had a different thing for everybody. He's like, you see this, you see this. Oh, hard success, you got this. Yeah, that was fun.
It was awesome.
That's a fun thing, and also a fun challenge when you're just riffing, baby.
Yeah.
Right, when it's all made up on the spot. Yeah.
But that's when you kind of tied it all to the Night Witch in such a cool way. That was really nice.
Yeah, so cool.
La Bruja de la Noche.
Bruja de la Noche.
The craziest part to me, Ross, is that an improviser is really good at tying things up at the end, right? But what you did, you had previewed all of that in the opening. So like it was all there in the beginning. So good.
Thank you, Mary Lou. I spent a lot of that with a little nervy thing in the pit of my stomach, being like, "They're gonna have to cut that. None of that's gonna make any sense in context." And then
We got there.
like all of us, there's probably, as we're playing, you've got some gear in your head, like, okay, maybe it connects this way, maybe it connects that way. And then Colton brings up just out of nowhere the concept of the Night Witch, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah."
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and the callback to the rainforest was so cool because you opened with that, and then Colton's character like saw himself in that environment, and they're like, taking the flesh from the Night Witch. I mean, it was really cool. And, the sound design.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, the editing, really the star of the show.
Oh, and the editing. Incredible.
We got to cut some of this.
Wait, you might need to cut this, but I think the editing was famously really incredible in that episode because Colton was eating a sandwich the whole episode, and you had to cut that out.
Oh, it was a challenging one. I edited that series like the night we recorded it. I started to make sure that could be fixed.
Oh, man.
God, that was funny to me. Funny to me.
Nobody mentioned it, which seems like a success to me because that was episode 2, which is my favorite episode of the series.
Again, just watching the light die in your eyes there, Cap.
As he pulled out a sandwich. Yep, I saw it.
Scott laughed throughout that entire scene, and I was trying to figure out, like, is he laughing at what they just said or at my face because of the eating?
Yeah.
I don't think Colton would care if we keep this, by the way, but we'll see what we do.
Well, these are all such awesome titles, and that we're only scratching the surface here. There's so many good ones. I just want to tip my hat to a few other ones here. I love Der Purger or Der Purger. I saw a man who wasn't there.
Oh, non-soluble lubricant, Dark Burger.
Oh, yes.
Gave Scott that item for Side Effects May Include.
Oh, yeah, the WD-40, yes.
Aha.
Very cool. I also, just for the funniness of it, I love E.D. Jones's There's Something About Dagon.
There's just something about it.
One that I don't know what I'd do with it, but I just love it as a title, is The Neutral Dead.
Oh,
The Neutral Dead.
Yeah. It's just evocative.
Just evocative, yeah. The titles run the gamut from the elegant and poetically evocative to the totally stupid. I kid. They're all awesome.
Like Vovina's The Duck That Is Not Made of Rubber.
There's no way that isn't a Patterson the Duck, special nod.
Gotta be.
I love it.
Oh, I liked Hitchin' for a Fight by Siegfried and Coy, only because my character's name was Hitch. And there was some fighting.
Was that a coincidence?
It was a coincidence, yeah.
Wow.
I should credit Thursday Euclid, as for The Neutral Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday Euclid always submits good titles.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll roll for one.
I love things of this nature. I gotta give it up to Alyssa for The Empty Altar.
Oh, yeah.
Very creepy and cool. I love Cain. All skirts should fall below the knee, and other rules to ignore for a life well lived.
That's good.
Fantastic.
To me, that sounds like a Dorothy Parker one-liner. Like that sounds very could set it in maybe at a girls' school or
Yes.
among the fashionable sets somewhere in like Jazz Age New York or something.
Manners School. Yeah, that's awesome. I like Clancy's other title that she submitted. Ghost Stairs, parentheses, staircases found in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you wanted to really lean into the comical side of things, Zillow Gone Mad from Alex Barnes.
Zillow Gone Mad.
I love that one. Yeah. And just the idea of like the things you could do with real estate and empty houses and things like
Yes, it's an open house. Enter our rooms. I had a dream last night where I was walking through some sort of apartment or resort complex, and it just never ended. Like going through endless hallways that never seemed to terminate, and it was very, very eerie.
Can you eat the mic and tell it the way you would tell it on the podcast?
The adornments in the molding just becoming more and more sedate until the walls themselves are almost bare, extending off, it seems almost into infinity as you keep going on and on and on.
Spooky!
I encountered someone in the hall and I remembered hugging them in this dream. And I woke up and with my eyes open, fully smelled shampoo or body spray or something. It was like I had an olfactory hallucination as a result of this. How intensely real this dream was. It was wild.
The show is leaking.
And were you hugging them because you were just so glad to see another person in this endless labyrinth?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
So with that transition into horror invading our subconscious, let's talk about how our conscious or subconscious is influencing what we may create in the future. This is the part of Bout of Radness where we talk about some media, something that we've read or watched or listened to or experienced lately that just may find its way into one of our games in the future as far as inspiration goes. Anybody have anything that they've experienced lately that has really jazzed you up?
I am watching The Expanse.
Oh, yes.
And it is so good. It is so good. Unfortunately, the final season did not live up to the rest of the seasons, but still very good. And there's this like ancient civilization that they call the Builders. They were all wiped out by something, and they're not sure what. And they think they call them like the entities, and you can only experience them sort of, this is not really a spoiler or anything, but like in a portal between worlds is when you feel them. And the main character says he feels them getting closer every time he goes through that portal. And the idea of, something living in between that comes closer every time you access that space. Very spooky, very spooky.
I live in hope that they'll adapt the last 3 books in the series someday to television.
Ooh, me too.
I can see why they took a break, because there's like a 30-year gap between those books. So maybe they'll come back with the cast aged up at some stage and leap into those.
Oh, I would love that. But I love space stuff.
That is cool. I hope that we get the chance to set something kind of in a sci-fi setting sometime in the future. That'd be a cool thing.
Would be fun.
Which we have not yet done.
I'm sure, like, given a long enough timeline, we're going to do everything, right?
That's right.
In terms of settings.
That's right.
Yeah. Given a typewriter, a monkey will eventually write Shakespeare. We will do sci-fi.
We are the aforementioned monkeys.
Is that improvised Shakespeare company?
That's us.
One day you're just going to perform Hamlet.
One day. There are times where our improvised plays hew close somewhat to the beats of a pre-existing play, and it's always fun to see when the wheel is thrown way off course, and we get to,
Oh, yeah.
and then it gets to become totally its own thing.
Yeah, The Expanse is so good. It was on Sci-Fi. Now it's Amazon Prime. And it's because, what's his name? The bald guy.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
It was his favorite show. Yeah, Jeff Bezos. It was his favorite show. And then when Sci-Fi canceled it, he was like, pick it up, give it a bunch of money. And those seasons are awesome.
See? Patronage. That's what we all need.
On patreon.com. Sorry.
Hey, we talked about this show going on a long enough timeline. Just keep the Patreon healthy.
That's right. Just wait until Bezos becomes a fan.
Oh, God. That's when we shut it down.
Yep. Pull the plug. I'll go ahead and say something.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine just went to Ireland, and we were dog sitting for them, and he brought me a present from a bookstore that he went to there. There's a whole series called The British Library Tales of the Weird.
Yeah, I love those books.
There's a bunch of these. Ooh. They're awesome. They're all curated in this cool, in this awesome way around a theme. Each volume is there'll be like a supernatural one, or a folk horror one, or a mythology one, and they'll curate a bunch of weird tales from the last like 100 years under each volume. The one he got me was called The Wayfarer's Weird Wild Tales of Uncanny Rambles. And basically all the horror tales are built around experiences in the great outdoors, often mountain climbing or hiking.
Wow.
You know, the first few stories some of them are from the 19th century, and they kind of move forward in time. And it was only once we started to get into the 1960s where the tales, to me anyway, started to become actually pretty scary and unnerving. And in particular, I'm about halfway through right now, and an author I'd never heard of before, William Croft Dickinson. The story was The House of Balfather, and it's about a college-age hiker who goes tramping through Scotland and comes upon a house after he's like super exhausted and has had to turn back because the mist has descended. And he goes into this strange house and encounters something. And the description of this thing is really made my skin crawl. It's awesome. And the way in which, and I found myself reading it, and the way in which it kind of spools out the description of this thing, I was like, ooh, I am stealing this for narration in Push the Roll, because it creates this sense of like slowly dawning on the narrator what he's actually seeing in this utterly horrible way.
Oh.
Yeah. I would recommend this volume and really any entry in the British Library Tales of the Weird. It's a collaboration with an awesome zine called Weird Walk, which I also enjoy, which is about like the mysteries and the lore of the British landscape and like experiences of the weird and the numinous out in the great outdoors.
Yeah, they've done some fantastic entries in that series. They did one on fungal horror, which is just marvelous.
Ooh, a whole book just on fungal horror. That's so cool.
The themes are like so specific like that. It's very cool.
I don't think this is Lion's Mane, man.
That's the Night Witch.
That's the Night Witch, baby.
I'm going to speak a little bit about Welcome to Derry, but I'm worried because it's so new. I don't want to spoil anything. But this is the HBO series based on Stephen King's It, and it's basically looking at different time periods in Derry, is my understanding, across seasons, but this was season 1. I'll talk about some like high-level conceptual things from Welcome to Derry and not spoil individual plot points, but you could fast forward if you haven't finished the series yet. One thing I like about this, which really applies to all of the It material and Stephen King adaptations, is this idea of a nonlinear predator. I know Ross really likes to play with time, and just the idea that like the mythos creature is experiencing time differently, right? It can be in the present, in the past, in the future simultaneously. I just think that idea, like with Hounds of Tindalos and all these other mythos entities we think about, is really cool. And we're always trying to force Ross to do time jumps. And I just think like playing different characters or the same character in different time periods will eventually be something kind of cool to do, but it's hard with improvisation.
It's hard, and also just kind of like the time and focus budgeting of it all is tough. But yeah, it would be so cool to like have you all pick 2 characters at the top of an episode, or pick other characters halfway through as we fall forward or backward or time, or maybe you split the party right at the top and have like 2 player characters are in the 1990s and 2-player characters are in the 1890s.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
switch the focus back and forth. That would be a really cool thing to try. I would love that.
Ooh, that's really cool.
We could someday, if the opportunity arises and we have like a group who would be keen on coming back, for you to say like, hey, could we do a second session of this if this is the idea I pursue? And then we have one that's like a little longer form than the one shots that we typically do.
I like that, yeah.
I think that'd be so cool.
So in addition to kind of that nonlinear experience of time from the monster's perspective, I think also it's kind of a black project setup for Welcome to Derry. So the idea that there's like secret government investigation into concepts like fear, I think really lends itself well to Call of Cthulhu. It kind of has a Delta Green vibe to it as well. But I always like the idea of playing with the existing mechanics of the game. So I think like creatures that feed on sand loss and things like that could be really fun. Scott, I don't know if games like that already exist. You've probably written one.
I'm not aware of any, but there may be.
But I think like your sand loss goes down, the monster gets more powerful, or something like that could be a lot of fun to play with. Even if you kind of relabel sand to fear or something, some kind of mechanism that feeds the monster would be pretty fun to track and play with.
That is a cool idea, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and if you're interested in predators that live outside linear time, another source of inspiration might be Hyperion by Dan Simmons.
Oh, yeah, the Shrike.
This sort of time-traveling predator that, is just pure nightmare.
Nice. Yeah. And if we don't have the resources or the time to do that, Ross, you can just hit us in the postscript, in the coda with something happening in a different era. I'm sure we've done that already, but yeah.
Totally.
So that's I don't want to get into like plot details, but there are a lot of little details too that you could steal from Welcome to Derry or adapt to your own Call of Cthulhu games. I'm not as keen on the series as a lot of people are. I mean, a lot of people really love Welcome to Derry. I think it's good. I would certainly watch another, season 2 of the series, but it's fine.
I'm not the biggest reader of Stephen King. I've read almost none of it. I've read one of the short story collections and his kind of one-off fantasy book, The Eyes of the Dragon.
I loved that when I was like 12 years old. It was my favorite book.
I've never read that one.
I really enjoyed it as a little kid, yeah.
And then as an adult, I was interested again. And Balky from Perfect Strangers, Bronson Pinchot,
Pinchot
is the narrator. He narrates a lot of audiobooks. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
I remember he was in the TV movie of The Langoliers, which is a
Nice.
Stephen King adaptation. I should get around to reading one of those chonky Stephen King classics at some point.
I won't talk about it, but I watched The Long Walk too in the last couple weeks. It's interesting.
Oh, what did you think of the movie?
I read the book when I was a kid, so I couldn't really make those direct comparisons, but I thought the movie was good. Yeah, I would recommend it for sure. It was interesting.
I just think it's really funny. I read a tweet that mentioned that in Stephen King, when writing The Long Walk, wrote that you had to walk at 4 miles an hour, which is insanely fast.
Yes.
But he like didn't know that, and you can't Google it because it was like, when did he write this? Like the 70s or the 80s? And so he like didn't know what a normal walking speed was. So he just guessed 4 miles an hour, but that's like insanely fast of a walk speed. That's like speed walking. Even in the movie, I hear they lowered it to 3 miles an hour, which is still a very brisk walk.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Very brisk.
Yeah, it's good. The acting's pretty good in that too. It's not scary. It's more like suspenseful.
I have a love-hate, maybe not even love and not hate, but like mingled fondness for Stephen King, because he is so good at what he does, and his books really make me feel something, and I remember them. And then other times he writes something that I'm like, shut up, you old horny man. Like, like, Jesus. Oh my God.
Speaking of it, yeah.
Many such cases.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, I respect his, like, he'll go there, and like, I don't know, he's very like, it's very sexual, and life is sexual, and so horror is sexual, and so I don't know. But sometimes I'm like, oh boy, that was a swing and a miss, Stephen.
I read my first Stephen King book when I was about 14. It was Night Shift when it came out, and fell in love with his stuff. Went back, read the earlier books, and absolutely devoured his stuff through my teens. And then I was like 20, 21 or something like that when it came out, and I read that book and thought, fuck this shit, and gave up after that. Every now and then I kind of dip back, and I find some of his stuff good, and most of it is just not for me now.
Yeah. Mingled fondness is what I'll call it.
Yeah, I read much of it when I was probably too young, like between 10 and 15 years old. So my memories of it are skewed. Like I liked it, but I haven't really gone back to it very much.
Scott, when you're not roasting Stephen King, what? Yeah, we're getting the entire King clan today. We got
Joe. Jesus shit. Stephen King, you also are invited to join us for Push the Roll with Ross Bryant.
If it's any consolation, I'd love Revival. Revival's a great book.
Having only read those short stories in that one novel, like that I was hooked, and I feel like that like kind of mid to late teens time is like primo Stephen King consumption time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was reading recently is not very Stephen King at all. I went back to an old favorite, which I read in the 1990s, which is the Fault Lines trilogy by Tim Powers. They're very difficult books to describe. I mean, Powers is an amazing writer. I can see a lot of overlap between the stuff you do, Ross, and what Tim Powers does. Because what Powers' shtick is he goes and researches bits of history, historical characters, events, and so on, and then looks for the weirdness in them, looks for strange coincidences and eccentric characters and people doing inexplicable things, and then writes sort of secret occult histories to fill in these gaps.
Wow.
And so, for example, he wrote this book called Declare, which is one of my favorite novels, which is like the secret history of Kim Philby, set in the aftermath of World War II, and has got all sorts of stuff involving secret goings on around Mount Ararat and gin and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
All mixed in with communist spies in the CIA and MI6, and it's just amazing.
Holy moly. Yeah, that sounds like I'd love that.
That is my cup of tea for sure.
But the Fault Lines trilogy, coincidentally, the audiobooks are also narrated by Bronson Pinchot, so it all connects.
Look at that.
They're a bit different from his normal stuff in that they were all contemporary, set in the 1990s, but draw on history. And they are about, again, secret occult conspiracies under the surface of everyday life in America. And the first book, Last Call, takes place mostly in Las Vegas, and is about the magic behind gambling and about these secret rituals going on to try to assume control of the identity of the Fisher King, which was once held by Bugsy Siegel as he built Las Vegas and took occult control of the Southwest.
Bugsy.
And about how people are now fighting to take control of that identity. And this sort of secret world of Jungian archetypes that are connected with the tarot and people trying to adopt these identities to get occult power.
That sounds amazing.
That is so cool.
Yeah, then he wrote this follow-up book called Expiration Date, which takes place in Los Angeles a few years later and is about people who seek power by consuming ghosts, by tracking down ghosts and eating them. And it's about this pitched battle for control of the ghost of Thomas Edison.
What do ghosts taste like?
There's all sorts of weird stuff about ghosts in there, about how they're not necessarily the spirit of the person who was left behind, but sort of this echo that, left long enough, accumulates. And so you have these shells of people wandering around who have accumulated bits of inorganic matter around themselves, and like these echoes of what they once were. And all sorts of weird stuff about how you can trap ghosts using palindromes, which they become obsessed with. And
Cool.
it's just perfect. And then there's the third book that brings these two together called Earthquake Weather, which I think is the weakest out of the three because there's just too much in it. But yeah, then it starts bringing in all sorts of stuff to do with secret cults of Dionysus and the history of wine farming in France and America, and how this all again has occult roots that ties in with this secret world of archetypes.
Amazing.
These are very gameable, and the ultimate proof of them being very gameable is there is an RPG that pretty much lifts all of this and turns it into something very gameable. It also borrows heavily from James Ellroy, a game called Unknown Armies, which owes absolutely everything to these books.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite RPGs.
Lampposts in Bloom.
Yeah.
Wow. Mary Lou's s'mores, by the way, is what ghosts taste like.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. That actually makes a lot of sense, like a marshmallow, because that's what they look like, but burned because they're dead. So yeah. Totally.
Ross is going to walk at 4 miles per hour to pick up these books, I can tell.
You bet it. You bet.
What's weird about Tim Powers' back catalogue, however, is his best-known book. You've almost certainly encountered the film adaptation of it, and it's just weird that it is a film adaptation of it. He wrote a book years back, like late 80s, which is about the golden age of piracy and, again, the occult conspiracies that go into that. And that book is called On Stranger Tides. So if you recognize that title...
Oh, I do.
Disney bought the rights of it and turned it into a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean film.
That's right.
That's wild.
That's right. Stranger Tides. Oh, my goodness.
Well, if the Disney Corporation would like to option any of our stories that we've told over the past year, please reach out. And
we are available.
Yeah, we're available and ready to sell out. But until that time,
100%.
There's always patreon.com/pushtheroll.
Patreon.com/pushtheroll.
Whoever submitted the title will be in the part of the credits where it like speeds through it once it's on television, so you can't even read it.
Yeah, blasts up the screen.
But the good news is that we will get money for it. So thank you so much.
That's right.
For that.
And then we'll be able to do all these settings we've talked about.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, sincerely, thank you to everyone who has supported the show. Thank you to everyone who supports the show on Patreon or promotes the show on social media. It talks about it, shares it with friends. It truly, truly means the world to us as a scrappy little media property.
Yeah.
It's so endearing and feels wonderful when the things you create finds an audience. And I'd love for it to find even more people. So thank you for we happy few who know the score.
Who are not yet owned by Disney or Warner Brothers.
Yes.
And I'm glad you said it like that, Ross, because we do have a lot of amazing supporters, listeners who are not on Patreon, and we appreciate them tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening. And I've been doing shows lately, and I've had a few people come up to me and say that they've been listening, say that they're fans of the show, and it's so cool to meet y'all in person. Thank you so much. It's the best. And if you've got the means and the inspiration to do so, feel free to support. It helps us, and it's great. And you also get to contribute these titles, which we might mercilessly make fun of on this show.
Especially if Joe Hill and Stephen King join up.
Yeah. So please join Joe and Steven. We love you.
We love you so much, you guys. We love you guys.
And I also love my very special guests, Cup, Scott, and Mary Lou. Thank you so much for joining me on Bout of Radness.
Oh, they couldn't see me blowing kisses to you on the audio only.
Mwah.
Great. I'm catching them all. And great. We'll be in your ears in the future. Thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time.
Make your spirits bright and your wallets happy at the Navy Exchange, where we believe in savings. This holiday season, enjoy everyday low prices, military-exclusive deals, and of course, no sales tax ever. Want extra holiday magic? Join our Next Level Rewards program for monthly rewards, scratch card savings, a birthday gift, and other great perks. Not a member? Join in-store or at mynavyexchange.com, where we believe in savings and we believe in you. Open to authorized military and civilian patrons only.
Thanks so much for listening to Push the Roll with Ross Bryant. You can follow me on Instagram at RossBB. And if you enjoyed the show and want to shape future episodes, find us at patreon.com/pushtheroll. Subscribe, submit your title ideas, and help decide where our next roll takes us. Catch you next time.